We like to start things We like to start things off with an agent in our office that has had an extremely great month or is having an extremely great year. And so I usually ask 3 or 4 people. And so Christina was nice enough to make time on her calendar to talk about what her team's doing. And as far as I know, Christina, you're at the end of May, your production is somewhere close to 9 million. And I don't think that's team volume, that's you volume. So how are things going in June? Have you crossed the 9 million mark?
Yes, I have almost 2 million in volume closing on Friday. June will be one of my top months ever in my career.
Ooh, that's awesome. That's good to hear.
It is.
So let's just talk about that. What is it's a crazy market. We hear that. We know that it's tough to buy. It's easy to sell. Appraisals are an issue, and people are moving here from all parts of the country. What are you doing to have such a great first half of this year?
Well, you're not going to be surprised by my answer. And I wish other people would do this, but I'll tell you, I'm keeping in contact with my past clients. All of my business right now is directly tracked back to my database. Every bit of it. And there's aside from I have 2, one listing closing and one I just listed where people read online reviews. And so I focused on getting more online reviews and keeping in touch with my database.
That's awesome. So how are you doing that? Are you making phone calls? Are you sending gifts? Are you sending mail? Emails? What are you doing to stay in touch with your database?
Well, so 6 months ago, right before Christmas, we had a big client appreciation party. And I've shared this with some of you before. Some of you have heard this. So if you've heard it, I don't mean to repeat it, but I'm a big fan of spending money on my clients. I'd rather spend money on my clients than spending money advertising. And so I like to spend money on my clients. I like to love on my clients. I love on my clients, and they love me back with referrals. And so in the last 6 months, so we had a big client appreciation party. We did a COVID-friendly client appreciation party where I rented out the drive-in movie theater. My preferred lender split the cost of the venue rental with me. We invited everybody, and we said that they could bring family members too, because it was by the carload. The whole event only cost a couple $1,000s, and I can directly tie multiple pieces of business directly back to that. And then 2 months later in February for Valentine's Day, I loved on all my clients and my neighbors. I also like to do this to my neighbors. I bought Girl Scout cookies from all of my clients whose girls are in the Girl Scouts. I spent somewhere in the ballpark. It was like, I have to look at the exact budget. It was $1,400 or $1,500. I bought a ton of cookies. We had custom labels printed, which is no big deal. I designed it on Avery.com. We had them printed, and we dropped off cookies at the door of every single one of my clients. And the sticker says, "I love being your realtor." And a box of the Best Thin Mints is $6. And directly the following 2 months after that, multiple people were like, "Thanks again for the cookies." I got texts and calls. And then I try to keep in touch with people on their birthdays. I'm very intentional about calling, keeping in touch with people. When I'm showing a house in one of my past clients' neighborhood, I'm like, "Hey, I'm showing your neighbor's house," or "Hey, I'm thinking of you all," or "I drove by and whatever, the new fence looks great." I'm constantly talking to people. Like, it's my favorite thing. And if I'm constantly talking to people, I'm top of mind. They like me. I genuinely care about them, because I do generally care about them. Then they refer back to me. Another thing that I do is I support my clients' business. And I really want to encourage everyone else to do this. I buy the makeup from the makeup ladies. Even if I don't use it, I will gift it to other people. I buy you. If one of my clients invites me to a Pampered Chef party, yeah, fine, I'll buy a pan. I'm serious. how can I ask them to support me in my business if I'm not supporting their business? And so I buy the things. I buy the shakes. I buy the Pampered Chef. I bought all of it. And guess what? 50, 75 bucks at my friend's party turns into a referral. Today, I've got a listing appointment for a $600,000 house. I sold their lot last year for $40,000. And it was a point of contention. The husband had bought a lot without consulting his wife. And she's like, we're never moving. And they, it's just a little lot. I sold it in a second. You post the thing and it sells because it's a $40,000 lot. But I kept in touch with them because I'm not transaction based. I kept in touch with them. And she's like, hey, we just really love how you handled the sale of that lot. We're going to move up to be near our kids. Will you come sell our home? And so I treat all my clients the same, and I keep in touch with them. And I'm so thankful. Damien saw me yesterday at the office, and I literally was doing a dance in the hallway because I mean, you just never know. You never know what these people who had me sell their lot. Like, I didn't know that they own multiple houses and that they've got a, $500,000 to $600,000 house they want me to sell. And if I hadn't kept in touch with them after selling that $40,000 lot, she probably would have called somebody else to list her house.
So let's be honest here, or let's just be real. What did you send them that would make them think you're not the lot queen? Did you send them something that says, I sell $600,000 houses? Did they hear from you as far as marketing what you just listed or what you just sold? How do they know you sold $600,000 houses?
So the last time I was in their neighborhood, I was showing their neighbor's house, and I do this. And I said, hey, I drove by your house. I'm showing your neighbor's house, and your landscaping looks fantastic. She's like, oh, thank you. We put all these new flowers out. We just love our house. We're never going to move. And I said, well, if I can help you or any of your friends in the future, please keep me in mind. I loved working with you on selling that lot. And at that time, she says, well, our friend has a lot to sell. He bought one out there in Water Ridge. And so I then took the referral from them and listed that Water Ridge lot. And then I haven't spoken to them in about 45 days. Okay. And she called me today to list her, or yesterday to list her house. But no, I did not do a just sold postcard. I should.
That's awesome.
That's what you're getting at, right?
Well, I mean, I'm getting at several things. I love that, though. I love the fact that you and I have been talking about just sold postcards or just listed postcards. But I really did want to know, because some people say, well, I just call that person when, she sells lots. But I really love the fact that you call somebody when you're in the neighborhood, because that means you really know where they live. If you know where they live and you know what their phone number is, and you've got the presence of mind to say, I know 4 people who live in this subdivision, or I know 1, and I'm going to give them a call. That's next level touching. I think that is probably the key to getting this listing, is you staying in touch with them and touching base and saying, hey, I just checked out your landscaping. How beautiful, what a great job, or who did that for you? Like, people want to know that you're real and that you're more interested in just being their realtor. And apparently that's working for you.
It is. Thank you. Yeah. And I will say, when I took Bold, I think I've taken Bold 6 times now. That really clicked. Like, you get something new each time you take Bold. And it was like the 3rd or 4th time. And I was like, I got to tell people whenever I'm in their zip code. Like, you got to tell people, like, they don't know. Like, I can do a Facebook post, but how do I know who's looking at Facebook and Instagram? But they'll know if I tell them. And I really like to talk to people. It's, so I look for any excuse to communicate with people. And so I think that the direct touch, if I've got their number, they're going to get a call or text from me. And I need to be better about that, but in Bold, that's one of the things, like, they're on your phone. Why don't you contact them?
Sure.
Seriously.
Speaking of Bold, I've heard that we'll have live Bold back in I don't know if it's September or October. Mm-hmm. They're working on live. They're working on bringing Bold back to live. Yes. Back in our city. So
that's ever.
So get ready.
Yeah, you can count me in. I'll be your first to sign up.
That's great. That's awesome. Love that. So just what's just one bit of advice? You kind of already have alluded to how you feel about what agents should be doing to have the success that you're having. But as we wrap up, like what would be the one thing that you would suggest that agents do? Maybe they're doing a great job right now. Maybe they're really having a tough time this first 6 months of 2021. What would you suggest they focus on if they were going to focus on anything for their business?
Past clients. 100%. Those people trusted you once or twice or whatever. These people are gold. They liked you and they trusted you. And so reach out to them, find an excuse to reach out to them. Something I did not mention, and I won't be long, but I'll tell you, last fall, September, I decided I was going to reach out to every single client I worked with and ask them to give me a review, even if it had been 3 years. I was authentic. I was like, hey, I hope you're doing well. Are you still loving your house? By the way, I have a very low online presence. And what would really help me is if you give me a review. And by the way, if you review me, I'll send you a Palace Pizza gift card. And so I got a tremendous amount of reviews. I also have a system when I close a property that we follow up and ask for reviews. We send the links to multiple sites. And so that's one of the things I think that's super important is like finding a way to talk to people. So like somebody you sold a house to a year and a half ago, I think people get anxiety with like, well, I haven't talked to them in a year and a half. Like, how do I pick up the phone? I think asking for a review is a really easy excuse. Like, it's really easy. Like, hey, hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well. I loved working with you. I know it's been a while since we talked. You loving your house? Can I help you with real estate? And by the way, I have a big favor to ask you. And if they liked you, they're not put off by it. They're like, send me the link.
That's awesome.
And so I found that asking for those reviews was a really easy way to re-engage with some people who I might not have done a great job keeping in touch with. But then I hit them with it. So we did the review campaign and then the client appreciation event. And so now it just occurred to me because I did fail to plan. Here we are midsummer and I'm like, what am I going to do for my clients? And so this week I'm brainstorming on what's the touch that I can do this summer that I can reach out to my clients. And I'm thinking about doing something for 4th of July. Like I've got to come up with that this week, but I'm thinking about delivering flags and like a goodie bag package or something to doorsteps for the 4th of July. But I want them to choose me, and they can't choose me if I'm not top of mind.
Yep.
So keep in touch with those past clients.
Hey, Christina. Hold on. We had a question in the chat. Christina, what platform are you having them leave the reviews on? Is it Google, a personal business website? Where are you directing them to leave a review?
Okay. So whether or not we like it, people read reviews on realtor.com and Zillow. So I send someone an email with 4 links. And I tell them that they could just write the same short review and copy and paste it to all the sites. And so it's realtor.com and Zillow. Whether or not we like them, people read reviews there. I did not have a Google even presence until like 4 months ago. So now I have a Google spot and I have a few reviews there. That's something I'm working on. And then Facebook, whether or not people like it, I have a Facebook business page and I have a lot of reviews there. And then what we do is we copy and paste those onto my KW website because you can manually enter those in there. And so it's 5 sites, but it's really like, I'm super happy though, if I can get Google and like realtor.com, but people really use Zillow and I tell people, I'm like, I'm not bribing you. And I'm like, hey, if you're willing to take a few minutes out of your day to log into these websites and review me, I'll send you a Palace Pizza gift card. And they love it. They're like, yeah, especially when it's top of mind. But I used to have fear about calling past clients and asking them. And now I'm like, you liked me. Like, somebody told me that they liked you. Call them. They liked you. And so I'm like, you liked working with me, right? But I do one email and I could share it with you too. Like I do an email that just said like, I really enjoyed working with you. Here's the top places to review me. Like people don't want to look separate. They don't want to find you and log in. And,
Yeah. So what we'll do, if any of you want to see what Christina sends out to her customers, is send her an email. Christina, what's your email?
It's christinamore@kw.com. And I'll send it in
The chat. Just send her an email if you want to know what she uses in her email.
Yep, I can do that. Thank
Awesome.
you. And anybody, I've said this before too, like if anybody ever wants to meet with me, I'm glad to brainstorm ideas. I do have a degree in marketing and advertising, and when I apply it to real estate, it works. I don't like to throw that out there very much, but I did work in marketing and advertising before real estate.
All right. Thank you, Christina.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Let's move to let's talk for a moment about knock. So knock has been in our market center for months now, and we're gonna have Jared Weggeland talk about what exactly they do, but it's been this almost mythical thing. Like, hey, is knock real? Has anybody had any closings, any success with it? So I invited Jared to talk about his experience and the good things that are happening for him. That way, everyone on this that watches this video can see and hear it from him directly. So, Jared, are you there?
Yeah. Hey guys. I don't know if you can see me or not.
Yep, we can see you. So how's your experience been with knock?
It's phenomenal. It is like, I don't want to say the silver bullet, but it gives you one thing the other guys just don't have. They just don't have it.
So let's pretend. I mean, let's pretend I'm a seller and I say, hey, what's this home swap thing? Just give us a description in case some agents don't know what knock is.
Well, Mr. Seller, we actually have a few options for you. So we have, of course, it's all Focus branded. So we have our Focus cash offers. If you'd like to do no repairs, no nothing, we'll get some cash offers for you. We can get a delayed closing if you want to build a new house or just get cash now and move on. We have Focus Home Swap, which allows you to buy first, move once, then sell your house. You can get up to 10% down on your new purchase, $25,000 in updates for your old house to get top dollar, or 6 months in payments, so you don't have two payments. Or we have our Focus Premium Listing Service. Which option sounds best to you?
So tell me more about the knock program or the Focus Home Swap, where I can buy first and not.
Let me tell you what so many people are going for the swap.
Okay.
They are stressing about what to do after they sell. They know we're going to market it. They know we're going to sell it. We know it's going to be under contract at the weekend. So now what? They can't find a house they like. So what are you going to do? Move in with your parents? Go get a rental? Go to Airbnb? Go get an RV? They are stressed out. So my clients who love this, they take all of that stress away. Okay. So they go find a property that they like. We purchase that first, and then we sell the old one.
So Scott asked, so if they say, let's do it, what's the next step?
Fantastic. So it's just like anything else. We have to qualify you. We have to qualify the house. So let's go ahead and get the house qualified. What's your current address? I'll put that in the system. If it qualifies geographically, that's our first step. Now, what's great, guys, with that process is they don't know. We're not pushing it on them. We're saying your house might qualify. It might not. They're like, well, what do you mean it might not? Not every house qualifies. So would you like to see if it does? If you don't, then don't worry about it. If you do, let's do it. So yesterday, for example, I had two prospects. One house didn't qualify, one did. Okay. I can call them back. Hey, I got a reason to call back. Hey, Joe, your house doesn't qualify, man. Let's just list it like normal. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, hey, Jim, your house qualified. Let's do it. Okay, let's go. So number one, we get the house qualified. When the house qualifies, Knock generates an application link for them. So I tell my client up front, if you're lucky enough to be one of the people whose house is selected for the swap program, it will automatically tell me it qualifies and generate a home application link. So I'm going to send that link to you. You need to fill it out. It's a full loan application. And then they're going to know your house, your finances, what can the next thing. Then I'll get a pre-qualification letter to say, hey, based on everything that we know, this is how much house you can buy. and then we start searching for a house.
That's awesome. So how many closings have you had? Just one?
Let's see. So the first one was, we got their house under contract with Russ Rhodes. We put their listing on the market the next day. Their listing sold the morning they closed. So they didn't even need to do any of the reserves, nothing, but it gave them peace of mind to do the transaction. Number two, Winter Haven still hasn't closed. They're still looking. She wants to move, he doesn't, but they're trying to find the unicorn. They have a very small geography. And I'm like, don't worry about it, guys. This is the beauty of the program. Find what you want. When you find it, we'll go in hard and we'll buy it, and then we'll sell this one. And so they're still looking, very, very picky. They're still fighting amongst themselves. Big deal, okay? Number three, they're closing on Friday. Now, on Monday. This one's amazing. It's a perfect scenario. They don't have tons of equity. They got about 50 grand in equity. They had kids move back in with them. So they went from a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Carillon, which is coming up, by the way, everybody. Less than 250, so keep your eyes out. They bought a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. They're closing on Monday. They have 6 months of reserves. They got 5% down payment. They don't need money for updates. And their cash, now they did have some cash. I think their cash to close was 21,000, which they have. And they were paying 5,000 above appraised on the new one. They're fine, but they've got absolutely no stress. So now what they've done is they've changed out the floors in the house they're selling. They've painted the house. They just got the landscaping done. And we're going to list the house right after July 4th. And that thing will close. Big deal. And the beauty of number three is the seller of the one they're buying has a 1-month post occupancy. So they don't even need to move anyway. It's amazing. So they're closing. They're getting rent from that guy. They're fixing the house. Then they'll get top dollar on this one. Number four is a guy from Lakeland. Bought their house a couple years ago. Hardly owe anything. 185,000. Appraises about 360. Great. They're like, this is a no-brainer. Okay, let's rock and roll. Now they're in a position where they know they want to sell. And I literally just finished an appointment with them. And I just told them, hey, dude, you've got a life choice. You've got to either decide to buy and let's move forward, or just decide to sell and work out the rest. So if you're a planner and you want to know everything in advance, then you got to go the swap. If not, we're just going to list it. You take your money and decide what you want to do with your life. So I probably, and I'm not exaggerating, I probably have 2 or 3 serious home swap conversations a week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You just plant the seed. You don't have to go into it heavy duty.
Yeah.
So I've got one guy from New Jersey. He's got a ton of equity. They said he could get up to 200,000 to put down on his new house.
Nice.
When he comes down to Florida. Okay.
Have you had anyone from out of town ask if you could help them in another city or another state?
Yeah, so I got one and it was denied. Yep. It just because of his geography. So he was coming from New Jersey. His neighborhood's not in the program yet. And so that's why I said, I tell him, hey man, I don't know if you're going to qualify. I'll put it in the program tonight and let you know. If not, and guess what his question was? Does my realtor get cut out? I'm like, no, man, this got nothing to do with your realtor. Let him list your house, but I'll help you buy one first. That's it. There's nothing. Because they're always worried about that. It's like, no, it's nothing to do with that. We're facilitating the move. That's what we're doing. Now, I want to be your exclusive agent because nobody else is doing it. So
Sure.
Come to us. We'll help you this side. Now, if we can help you the other side, great. But if you're going to have an agent who's your aunt's brother's uncle, whatever,
Yeah.
fine, just use them. I don't care. Come on down. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. So I put together a little thing that I talked to people about, the 3 services, the cash, the swap, and the traditional. Just say, hey, it doesn't make any difference to me. We're getting our professional fee either way. So what's most convenient for you, and what's the best? Now, who do you think? What personality type do you think likes this one? Not the D's and the I's. They're risk takers. The other guys, they eat it up. The S's and the C's. It's like this
Planner.
is their heaven. They're like,
Yeah.
I can't believe it. because they are like stuck. They are paralyzed right now. They're paralyzed. If they need to sell, they are worried, sick. What are they going to do? I don't want to move twice. The rentals suck. I got to sign a 1-year lease. I don't want to go with my parents. What am I doing with my life? I'm not going to move.
Hey, we have a question from Wes. Wes wants to ask a question to Jared.
Hey, thanks, Nicole. Hey, Jared. Hey, we've been having a couple conversations with people about this, and we've got one in the middle, and we keep getting the response that she hasn't heard back yet. She hasn't heard back yet. She hasn't heard back yet. And I was wondering, have you tried reaching out directly to NOC to kind of get status from your perspective, or is that allowed?
No, I'm a very old school. Like, as soon as I see who's assigned, I call that guy. Did you get it? Is it good? Are we all right? What are we doing? So they're just like any other lender. I'm on the phone with those people. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's interesting. So I'm partnered with a loan officer called Dustin. That's just how it worked. He's been great. But whenever I send through my app, if he's not on vacation, it automatically goes to him. And I said, I just want one guy. I don't need 15 people. I need one guy or girl, do my thing, and that's it. And it's, yeah. So I haven't had that problem, but also I'm on top of it. I'm not waiting for it to happen.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
And if you haven't already, Wes, I would request one person.
Okay.
I did just because I told him up front, I do not want to deal with a ton of people here. Just give me one good one.
Yeah. Kind of like with Keller Mortgage, it's nice to have one person so you have that relationship.
I just that one thing.
Okay.
Jared, so if agents watching this want, we just got a couple of questions in the future, or if they need a little nudge and need a little confidence that this is really a simple tool to help them find more listings and a tool for their past customers who are paralyzed and don't know what to do. Can they? Do you mind if they contact you?
I do not mind.
Okay. What would you prefer? What's your text, email? What's your preferred communication?
Call me if I see your number and I know it's you. I'll answer. Otherwise, just text.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jared. Thank you so much. We love NOC, and we love the fact that it's going to help us get more listings. Thank you for providing these testimonials, and keep it going.
Awesome. If you can get confident with you, you put it all back on the client. It's great, and most of them want to investigate because they're like, this would solve so many problems. And so my first one, they had super crappy bathrooms, like bad. So I'm like, you gonna update those or not? And they're like, no. I was like, you better clean the heck out of them then, because they are some funk. And they did. They remodeled the rest of the house, but they didn't need the reserves. But they could have got the reserves. They estimated about $10,000 to update those 2 bathrooms, and we could have gotten that, but they decided just not to in the end. So it gives options. That's what I love about it. And it shows them that we really care about them. It doesn't matter what process they end up choosing. We're going to help them, but whatever's best for them. So.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks again, Jared. All right. So, so speaking of, Wes brought up Keller Mortgage. It's good to have one person, and we have Chris Chambers. I feel honored to know that Chris has not been on Zoom before. Because he's still looking at his name. So we're gonna watch we're gonna listen to his lips move, and his video is not working, and that's fine because I don't know if he's on his phone or his computer. Anyway, Chris Chambers, Keller Mortgage loan officer from Tampa, and currently I am involved in a refi with Chris. So I wanted him to introduce himself and give you guys, I would say, a name and a face, but we'll just go with a local name that you guys can reach out to, and maybe Chris can be that person that you go to for Keller Mortgage. So welcome, Chris.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you great.
All right. So I got the audio part, just not the video. I am on my phone. I downloaded it like you said. It's just not, it's saying I'm in driving mode, even though I'm in my office. I don't know. So.
All right. No worries. No worries. So, right. So you're local.
Correct. Yeah, I'm out of New Tampa, out of the market center out of there, but I am in the Tampa Bay area, Wesley Chapel, Lakeland. I have done deals out of your office with a few of the agents out of there. Patrick, Natasha. Yeah, Patrick, Natasha, and a couple others.
Tabitha, yeah.
Yeah, Tabitha Pugh. Done 4 or 5 with Tabitha. She's a rock star. So, just kind of wanted to go over the Keller Mortgage Program, like we talked about last week. A lot of people know about it, some don't. 3 of the benefits for Keller Mortgage that the Keller Williams agents are able to tell the buyers is exclusive to Keller Williams is our 0+ program. So the first part is we waive any kind of origination fees, loan fees, anything like that. So no application fee, processing, whatever the lender wants to call it. Typically that saves them around $1,500 right there. The second feature is if the loan amount is over $150,000, we contribute $1,000 towards their closing costs. So on average, we're saving them around $2,500 or $3,000 in their closing costs just on those 2 things. The third feature, which is one of the ones I like the best, the agents really don't push this too much, is the appraisal, like you and I talked about last week.
Yep.
So we order the appraisal from day one. As soon as we get the contract, we order the appraisal. The buyers do pay for the appraisal, but they do not pay for it up front. Most lenders charge the credit card right when they order the appraisal. With us, once you're at the closing table, that's when you pay for the appraisal. So if for some reason, obviously we don't want it to be able to fall through, but if for some reason the inspection falls through, it doesn't appraise with the way the market is right now or anything like that, they're not on the hook for that $500 to $800 for that appraisal.
So let me interrupt you. So how many transactions, and this is, I'm not asking you for a number, just everybody that's watching this video, how many times have you had a transaction fall through and the buyer feels like, man, I paid for an appraisal, I paid for a home inspection, I paid for this and that, and I got nothing to show for it because the house didn't appraise and the loan was denied. So in this case, with the cost of appraisals going up continuously, that would be one less thing they have to worry about, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's one of the things we kind of give them the peace of mind when they're going over that. They're coming in low. Unfortunately, right now with the way the market is, and a lot of times people are coming in, the offers are coming in 10, 20,000 over list price. They are starting to come in low, but depending on the agent, depending on the seller, they're able to renegotiate. But there has been a couple, I'd say probably 2 over the last 30 days where the deal fell apart, unfortunately, because of the appraised value. And, the buyer wasn't out that money, and that's huge. They're back that way. They're back on the market looking again. They're not discouraged. Like, man, do I put another, $500-800 into this? And then, they're kind of wanting to walk away from buying in general.
Sure.
So
what are interest rates right now?
So on govies, meaning FHA and VA, we're right around and this is going off of like a 720 score. We're right around a 2.75 on FHA and VA. Conventional loans are right around 3% to 3.25%, depending on the LTV and the credit score. And then refinances, jumbo refinancers are under 3 still, and conventional refis are right about 3.125, maybe a little bit higher. So, you're happy with your rate, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm happy with my rate. I've called around and
oh, you shopped me? Oh man, that hurts.
I shopped you. I shopped you all over the country. I didn't go to ads. I called the people with mortgage companies that I know, and Keller Mortgage was the lowest. So that's
honestly, they're hard to beat. I really thought when I first signed on that, because they're contributing the money towards the closing costs and all that kind of stuff, that there was a little bit of a catch, and I figured the rate would be higher. But I think since I've been here, I've only been beat on a rate one time. So typically we are lower than most other lenders, and we're contributing on top of that. So
yeah. So you are just to recap. You're doing loans for agents in Lakeland. They just call you. You have no issues meeting with their customers, whether it's online or in person. Like there's no issues with you being from Tampa. I just want to go over that. Because in the beginning it was Keller Mortgage has loan officers from Ohio, and really at this point that's not the case. We have loan officers locally, and I just want agents in our office to know they have somebody that they can call if they have a buyer that wants to save a few $1,000s in lender fees. So do we have any questions? This would be a good time if anyone that's listening, even if your camera's off or you're driving, you have any questions for Chris that you just have, you've been curious or you haven't been able to get an answer, this would be the time to speak up so we can help other agents with their questions.
I see Wes first and then Jared raising their hands. So go ahead, Wes.
Great. Nice to meet you, Chris.
Hey.
So we have used Keller Mortgage quite a bit, at least a while ago. But I'm curious, not to put you on the spot, how you would suggest we couch this if we have buyers. I mean, the reality is in this market today, buyers that have local lenders are getting preferential treatment, and oftentimes rightfully so. Local lenders are working super hard to close deals in our experience. And I don't know if I could put Keller Mortgage in that category. I would like to start using them again more, but they don't kind of fall in that known local lender advantage. How do you recommend when I'm talking to a listing agent, what do I say to them to convince them? Or what's your view on that in general?
Well, with me, I mean, I'm obsessed with this business. I mean, I go above and beyond for the clients. Like I said, I am local. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get the deal closed. Obviously, with the way the market is now and the way that our lending is, 90% of stuff is online, but you still have the clients where I've got some where I still meet and do initial disclosure signings, or I'll meet to pick up documents, or whatever it takes. So communication is really big with Keller Mortgage. It's huge. Not only are they going to get triggers throughout the process, so the moment they submit the application, the agent's going to get an email. Once it's in underwriting, agent gets an email. Appraisal, everything. On top of that, I give every agent my cell phone number, which all loan officers do, but I'm always available. Day, night, 7 days a week, doesn't matter. On the weekends, I might not necessarily be in front of my computer right that second, but it's something I can get to within the hour if needed. Another big thing too with Keller Mortgage is, because you said you do in the past, is we put all of our loans in the underwriting in the beginning. So when they first make application, we submit in for income and assets and get verified. So when you've got an offer you're submitting with, a house has multiple offers, a lot of times the agents are having me call the listing agent, say, hey, this is Chris Chambers with Keller Mortgage. My client, John Smith's putting in an offer. Just wanted to let you know they've already been through underwriting, income, assets, all verified. This is the part they like to hear. Give me a contract and an appraisal. I can close this within 30 days or less.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, so my question is, when I go on my portal, it has whoever. So how do I get that whoever to be my local guy?
Oh, great question. So when you go into the Keller Mortgage, I don't know about the Keller Williams part. What I was told on your end is when you go to kellermortgage.com, you put in your Keller Williams credentials, you pull up my name, and you can make me your preferred loan officer. And then if anyone goes to your website and applies in, it's automatically going to come to me or you. The second part of that is once you make me your preferred loan officer, if you want me to call the buyer to kind of screen them before going forward, I can call them up and say, hey, just kind of get a feel for their income, get a feel for their credit, see if it's worth them applying. I'll get back to you, let you know the same thing. And then I can send them the application directly, and it'll go to both you and I. It'll say, hey, this came from such and such, and you'll get triggers going forward too. So there's two ways they can apply at your website through Keller Mortgage, or I can send them the link directly that will be attached to you.
Chris, everything you said is correct. I do want to go a little more on that. So if you go to kellermortgage.com, on the bottom right, you are able to choose your preferred loan officer. That's when you would put Chris in there. So yes, you can either, just like you do for knock, go right into there and send a link to the client to fill out. Or if you've done that from your Keller Mortgage app, the white one that says KW, in the more option, there is a place right there that you can share that to your client and they can apply from your app as well. So at open houses, things like that, I share the app and I would say, here, you can get pre-approved before you walk out the door, and you'll get text notifications, everything in real time. They're still linked to you and they will still be linked to your loan officer.
Yeah. Does that help, Jared?
That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, too, we have, go ahead.
That was a concern in the past, so.
That was a concern in the past?
Mhm.
Okay. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, also, I was gonna say too, we have a flyer. If
We can see
anyone's
you, by the way.
interested. I figured it out on the bottom. It said
Ah, man.
start video. Very complicated.
All right.
But also too, we have a flyer I can send out to anyone, and they're specialized to you. So once you go into the Keller Mortgage portal, there's different flyers, whether you're going for a listing or buying consultation or anything like that, and it goes over all of the benefits to the Keller Mortgage 0+ program.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions? I just have one more question, Chris. What are your turnaround times? Like as far as just a conventional FHA, just a regular closing, is it 30 days, 45 days, 60 days? What's
Yeah, so what I'm supposed to say is on if it's already, like I said in the beginning too, this is another good thing, is because they've already been through underwriting in the beginning when they first apply and get the pre-approval, that cuts down some of the time as well. Typically, we're on conventional, we're 30 days. We ask for the contract. We can do it in 21 to 28. FHA and VA government loans, we're at 30 days regardless. But the biggest thing for us, it's not even so much us right now. We can get this done within 7 to 10 days. It's the appraisal. The appraisals are just taking forever right now, and that's kind of out of our control. And that's why they're telling us that, you know, we have to do 30 days on VA and FHA. But we can try to move it closer and do it within 21 to 28 days, depending on the appraisal. Typically, so perfect example, I had 3 contracts that came in Monday. Or no, yeah, excuse me, last week I had 3 contracts that came in on Monday. Because they've already been through underwriting in the beginning, by Wednesday, we had conditional loan commitment on all 3 of those. Appraisal was ordered, accepted on all 3, and we're just basically, we're done on our end. We're just waiting for the appraisal to come in the survey and title.
okay? Awesome. Well, Chris, thank you for being on with us and introducing yourself and getting your video to work. That's great. I put your phone number in the chat, so if anyone wants to reach out to Chris, his phone number is in the chat.
Which number did you put, my cell phone or my office? Was it the 813?
Yep.
Awesome. All right. You guys can reach me anytime, day, night, call, text, email, whatever works for you guys.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thank you.
All right. So Katie and Nicole, let's go ahead and get moving. We've got 15 minutes to fly through the rest of our meeting. And if you guys want to hang out with us, we can celebrate the accomplishments for May. So let's get started. Alrighty. So we got a first few slides are just some of the guests that we covered. We talked about the NOC program with Jared, and we've got more information if you guys want to get certified with NOC. If you're not certified, Chris Chambers' information is on the screen with Keller Mortgage. That's his phone number. And I want to say happy birthday to the folks on the screen. If you guys, if they're on your team, if you're tight with them, just know that this is the month of their birth. Happy birthday. Work anniversaries, almost exciting as a birthday, but no gifts. Congratulations to these folks. This is the month they joined Keller Williams, and we're really glad to have all of you with us.
Katie, whoop, whoop.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, hello.
So she's Katie Willis now.
That's right.
All right, bucket fills. So this is where we do shout outs and we pay it forward to people who have done cool things. Anybody have a bucket fill they want to tell us about?
I'll do one because he's on and it's great when they're on. Jared really stepped up and offered to teach a course that I loved, and I know we had a few people that really genuinely loved it. He took his time and it was a great course that I am going to bug him to do quarterly now. So I just want to thank Jared for taking his personal time to get so involved and help teach agents to the best of their ability.
Yeah, we
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate that,
Thanks so much.
Jared.
Thank you, Jared. So I'll jump in on the topic of teaching. Danny had a recent a recent class that she taught on I think mindset, and even though I wasn't a part of that, you know, I know a lot of agents were a part of that, and she's super passionate about helping our agents, and just really greatly appreciate that. Also, I'm hogging all the airtime. Tony Albritton, she's always there whenever we are in a pinch or a bind. She's always smiling and you know, really helping out with the market center. And Tony, really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
You're getting air kisses from Janelle. Anyone else?
All right, let's move on.
All right, congratulations, Mike McGee. I don't know how fast that was, but this guy sells houses in his sleep. Congratulations on capping.
Congratulations.
Russ Rhodes. In fact, congratulations, Russ, on capping. And Russ is going to be joining us on our next meeting, similar to what Christina Moore did today. We've already booked him for our next meeting. So hopefully all of you can join us. Congratulations, Cheryl Pace.
Cheryl Pace, congrats.
On capping. Kyle Donzi, congratulations on capping.
Whoop, whoop.
Crystal Sayers, congratulations on capping. John Barber, congratulations on your first closing. Wow, I remember our first closing. Big day. John Manabusen, I think I think his name is spelled a little bit differently, but nonetheless, congratulations, John, your first closing with KW. MJ, congratulations on your first closing. MJ's closed like millions now. I don't know how big her first closing was, but congratulations on that first closing.
Yeah, first month in real estate, which I'll go over a little bit later. I think she did around 1.5 million in her first month.
That's awesome.
So congrats, MJ.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, there she is. Congratulations, Tiffany, on her first closing. First listing, Amy Long, congratulations. Nice pose. We should do that for everybody. Should have to jump in the air with their sign and pull their feet up to as high as they can. I love that.
All right, I'll jump in right here and run through these real quick for the sake of time. These are for, I know we're a little late in June, but these are for individual teams. GCI, which is my home and our individual. We had Jim Thompson in first place, Chad Farr in second place, and Chris Coates and Jenny Lambo in third place. For teams, which is groups of 2, we have in first place the Next Step Home team, in second place the local team, and in third place the Christian group. So congrats. Our small groups, in first place we have the Moore team, in second place the Keller group, and in third place the Reardon group. And then our large teams, in first place we have the BB Home Experts, second place Gate Arty and the group, and third place the Florida Spotlight Homes group. So congrats to all that money you guys are making. It's amazing.
Great job.
And for units, for individuals, same order, I believe. Jenny Thompson in first place, Chad Carr in second, and then Chris and Jenny in third. For teams, same order as well. Next Step Home team in first place, the local team in second place, and the Christian group in third place. So good job. For our small groups, in first place, the Moore group, in second place, the Kellen group, and in third place, we had a 4-way tie between ADAC Homes, the Flying Pigs home team, the Confidence group, and the Reardon group. So good job to our small teams. And then again, for large groups, in first place, we had BB Home Experts, second place, Gate Arty in the group, and third place, again, we have Florida Spotlight Homes group. So great job in May.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to run through some people who had $1 million month in May. As I mentioned earlier, we had MJ who had over $1 million in volume. We had Gate Artie, Trisha Davis, Christine Ellenbeck, Adam Hotchkiss, Ryan Jacobson, Christina Moore, Arlene Muldrew, Russ Rhodes, Brian Stevens, and Jenny Thompson. And then I have 2 people who did over 2 million in May, and that's going to be Kristen Kellen and
Wow.
Cassandra Van and Brandon Gangler. So great job. June is projected to be even bigger than May, so you guys are killing it. Keep up the good work.
Awesome. Right. Well, let's talk about the market center numbers real quick. And this is month over month and year to date. Closed units are up in both categories. We would encourage you to compare these numbers with your individual production for month over month and year to date to see how you're tracking. Are you outpacing the market center? If so, you should be talking about that with your customers, letting them know they're hiring the right agent for the job. Closed volume up 49.5% month over month and up 28.1% year to date. Listings taken are up. Congratulations, everyone. Up 2.9% month over month and then up 16.6 year to date. It's so good to see since listings are so tough to get these days. Listings taken volume up with prices going up 19% month over month. Up 33.8% year to date. That's awesome. Listings sold up 42.6 month over month and up 21.6% year to date. Listings sold volume month over month is up a 93.4% and up 37.2% year to date. Contracts written are up 14.4% month over month and 7.7% year to date. Contracts written are way up 37% month over month and 22.8% year to date. And then GCI, which is your commission, up 39.2% month over month and up 24.3% year to date. Everyone that's having lots of closings is making more money. Congratulations to everyone. So let's go to the regional numbers. And so we're just comparing how we're doing locally with the region of 38 market centers in Central Florida. Closed units up 50% month over month, up 25.3 year to date. Closed volume is way up, 72.7% month over month, up 43.3 year to date. Listings taken way up month over month and up just a little bit year to date with 1.5%. Listings taken volume is way up 58.6% month over month, up 11.8 for the year. Listings sold up 64% month over month, up 31.6% for the year. Listings sold volume up a whopping 81.5% month over month and up 46.4% year to date. Contracts written up 53.7% month over month and 23.1% for the year. Contracts written volume up 79.5% month over month and up 41.9% for the year. And then for the region, the closed GCI is up 67.2% month over month and up 40.3% year to date. The region is doing well. So are we going to be able to watch this video, it's a very short video, pretty cool, on Q1 2021. I'm not hearing it. Yeah, it's probably just in how you connected. I'm going to say it's how you connected the when you shared screen. It probably needed to share it with video. Love the video.
Here we go.
Thanks, Katie.
You're welcome. I don't know how to get out of it.
All right. So obviously quarter one of 2021 was a record-breaking quarter for KW, and that video talked about some of the numbers that led to that. You can read more about the Q1 results at outfront.kw.com. You can read about all the reasons why KW remains the #1 real estate company. Let's talk about Mega Camp. So Mega Camp will be back in Austin, the August 23rd through the 26th. For most of us, it'll be digital. For a few people, it will be live. So they are sending out invitations to really high producing agents, which is how Mega Camp came to be, the keyword being mega. And so, Jared, you don't have to say anything. I just know Jared will be getting an invite probably today, and along with a few other agents. And I'll be jealous if I don't get to go. If not, then I'll just celebrate here.
I registered and told them not to allow you in, so sorry about that.
Yeah, well, okay. We'll have an offline.
An option. That's an option. I checked it. I'm sorry.
Let's end this meeting early and talk. You know how much I love Mega Camp. We're usually there together. So anyway, you can sign up at megacamp.kw.com probably, I'd say in the next week, if not already. Check out that URL and get early bird pricing. It's usually very affordable in the very beginning and then goes up. So, alrighty. So does anyone want to talk about our donate blood, our blood drive coming up next week?
Yeah, I'll jump in. They have, we've shared the initial flyer. They have now upped the gift card because we had such a large amount of people saying they wanted to get involved with this. So we have now extended the hours of when the blood bus will be here. This is not just for our agents. You can bring anyone in your family, your friends. You can tell your clients about it. This is going to be, the bus will be here somewhere around our building from 10 to 4. And if you donate, you will get the $20 e-gift card as well as a 4th of July donate blood shirt from them. And it's all for a good cause. You know, I don't have to go into all of that. You guys know how many good things donating blood and plasma can do. So this specifically, we have an agent who has a close friend whose son gets blood transfusions constantly. So this is in part in support of him, and they helped us organize it. So they've been really great to work with, and you don't have to sign up, but you can also choose to go down there on your own time. But if you're able to be around our market center on the 30th, that Wednesday from 10 to 4, the bus will be here and you're able to donate, and you will get the e-gift card that you can use wherever and the t-shirt. So we'd really appreciate your support, and keep that on your calendar. You'll see all the flyers and everything around the market center. So if you're able to do it, please, we'd appreciate it.
Yep, I'll be there.
Me too.
Nicole.
Sure, yeah.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
They're doing a lot of book clubs right now. They want to bring back the MREA, make sure we are focusing in on those models and relating it to everything, even Command. It's a big reminder that Command is built on the MREA platform, and it's following those models, and all those models and tools that are in that book are in Command. So everything pretty much is integrated, and we want to remind everybody that.
So pop quiz. Does anyone know what the 3 L's of the millionaire real estate agent are?
Anybody?
3 L's.
Yeah.
Go ahead, speak up.
Lead, leverage,
Jared's
listing.
about
Come
to
on,
talk.
people.
Which order?
Janelle is screaming,
That
listing
sounds good.
leverage
Hear through
leads.
the wall.
Okay, you're right, Jared, and I'm sure Wes had it because Wes is on shift every morning. Leads, listings, and leverage. We don't have a little nifty answer there on the screen, but that's the answer. Good job, Wes.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe we do. Okay. All right. So this month is National Homeownership Month. It's tough buying a house right now, and homeowners, prospective homeowners, they need your help. So be sure and promote yourself on social media. Let people know that you're here to help and how you can help them. And I think it's going to be tough for a lot of people with the demand and the rates and the prices. So be sure and promote yourself this month and let your people know that you're the key to helping them become a homeowner in this particular month and every month, obviously. But this is National Homeownership Month, so let's focus on that.
I'll
Pride
jump.
Month.
I want to let everybody know there is tons of graphics in Command. That's one of these new designs, but also it is Pride Month. And we had a great event a couple weeks ago, and I want to thank you all for coming. It was awesome to see everybody there. It was great for everyone that brought their kids, and it was a proud moment for the Market Center for myself. So thank you all.
Yeah, and let me add to that. Last year, KW's IALC made the historic decision to add equity to our company values. And so now KW is making good on that promise with initiatives like partnering with the LGBTQ plus Real Estate Alliance. So to continue that commitment, we have been and through the end of the month, KW is celebrating Pride Month. And so as Nicole said, there are all kinds of designs and there are articles in the Out Front magazine as well that talk about this. So
Awesome.
Also, a reminder that there are smart videos, social posts that are created for you. All you really have to do is click share those videos, and you can customize them to each neighborhood. You just put in a zip code, it pulls everything from MLS, and you have a quick 1-minute video to be posting. You can even use it as a Facebook ad. So this is a very underutilized tool that's built into Command for you. And it just makes you look top of the market and knowledgeable of what's happening in any zip code. So something to utilize.
awesome. Thanks, Nicole. And thank you everybody for being a part of this today. Thank you to Christina Moore, Jared Weggeland, and Chris Chambers. Thank you for being a part of this. And we look forward to partnering with you guys throughout the month to help you guys sell more houses. We're here for you. Let us know what we can do. If it's technology that you need help with, let us know. And go KW.